Hello again, captains. Welcome to you if this is your first time here. Welcome back if you are returning. I am the resident captain in these parts. You can call me Cash the Stampede. And it is time for our final weekly reset. And let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, though, before you jump into the game or after you hit the dock, you will be notified that you do have a free gift. That is the smuggler's supplies, as you see here. Jump over, pick it up for free, and head into the game. See you there. All right, we are here with Mr. William Blackwood, and I have been saying it the entire season for almost 3 months now, or maybe a little lower. I forget how many days are in our season. But these items that you see are blacked out. These are going away permanently, as well as these. Chances are you did a pretty decent job of collecting at least one of these. I mean, I did that myself for this. Got at least one of all of those items. But the cosmetic items, these are going away too. All of this seasonal item section will be gone in 6 days. If you did not get everything you wanted out of it, definitely grind your ass off for the rest of the week. Good news is, because of how this game works, you will see this stuff again, but not until an event pops up. Now, I will be honest, I do not think that it'll be an event from next season. Chances are you will not see this stuff until season 3 or 4. That is my best guess, but there is a chance that Ubisoft or the devs will throw it in with a little reward next season. Again, I hope they don't. I want to see all new, fresh things, or things that we haven't seen in the stores for a while, more than things that we've seen in a prior season. As far as the reset goes, the final things you'll be able to pick up this week. The devs really did bring it. They brought a few extra pieces of gear. Of course, these things up here don't go away, but we have a lot of furniture, a lot of armor, a few different weapons, and we have a few different blueprints. So let's go ahead and get into it. First up, company screens. This helps against area effect damage. Will help you reduce the amount of it coming in. We also have the company Spirits Locker. This reduces crew stamina depletion at the start of bracing. A very good piece of equipment for your snow or battle junk. We also have the Huback tuning rack. This is good for torpedo fans. This one is more so about the range, the speed, and the arming distance of the torpedo. You're not going to get much damage out of this, but still a good addition. Plague Bringer's Ward. If you are a fan of any of the toxic weapons, this will this will help you reduce the reload time and damage, increase the damage. Medicine Cabinet is another piece of good stamina reducing equipment. Reduces crew stamina depletion from toxic effects specifically, but you also get an increase to stamina recovery and maximum stamina. But that is it for our furniture. Moving on to armor, Buccaneer's Oath. If you are a fan of DPS builds, you want this on your ship. Anytime you destroy a target, you get a 25% damage and armor increase for 30 seconds. As you can imagine, if you are in a fleet repeatedly taking out ships, you can keep that buff up for quite a long time. Storm Woven Symphony. We actually have a set of armor in this game that will produce certain effects while you're bracing. This is one of them. Storm Woven Symphony will allow you to charge up a 7200 damage shock or sonic attack that can attack hostiles 150 meters away from you. So again, if you're surrounded, maybe taking out a fleet, this is a good way to just get some free damage on every ship that is a little too close to you. Rhapsody of the Deep is a set of armor that is supposed to help you with torpedoes and flooding damage. Legend has it while bracing you cannot be flooded, but I've never been able to get this to work correctly. Let me know in the comments if it has been working for you. Wrathful and Wailing Ward. These are our two Lepest armors that we got way back in Year 1, Season 1. When your ship gets hit while bracing, you will produce a noxious cloud around you. It'll deal 5,000 damage and depletes crew stamina, has a cooldown time of 10 seconds. The Wailing Ward will help you help protect you against toxic attacks. You get a 50% reduction of that and the stamina depletion, but also as a nice little bonus, as I noticed the last time I saw this, it also reduces the crew stamina depletion at the start of bracing. Like I said here, where are you? Didn't I see one of these? It's not in here, but there is a, oh no, there it is. Reduces the crew stamina depletion at the start of bracing by 20%. In any status effect. So right when you get a status effect, this helps to reduce the stamina depletion you're getting. If you happen to use the Wailing Ward at the same time, again, reduces that effect even more. Again, a great set of armor and furniture for your snow and battle junk. Moving on to weapons, Blight Keeper and Infernal Maw. I think I only have one Blight Keeper. Yeah, let me go ahead and pick up another one. No, I don't. I just need one. Blight Keeper creates a dome to protect you. It is weak against piercing damage, but if you are in a tight spot, you can throw out a bubble and just hang out in your bubble until your shit gets, until you get your shit together. The Infernal Maw, which is the goat of all spring loaders, aside from the Little Grace. Little Grace is just, the best support buoy that you can use. But when it comes to mines, the Infernal Maw Spring Loader is where it's at. Instantly turns ships or sets ships ablaze. If you happen to deploy the buoy and then destroy the buoy itself, you just get a large fiery explosion. Very, very good for fire builds, but I'll be honest with you, just good all around. And yeah, pick one up for yourself. The Bane of Ten Suns, this is a drilling ballista. We'll go through multiple targets. Pick that up if you are interested. Divine Thunder. Now, we did get a across-the-board nerf for all long guns, but pick some more of these up because if I was a betting man, I am going to hardcore wager some of those nerfs are going to be reverted at the beginning of next season, aka next week. So go ahead and pick up that and the Lepeaker 3. These are the toxic long guns that really did also sort of start off, or maybe we're at the tip of the nerf last time around, but these are two very good long guns. Yes, right now things are not looking good for long guns, but pick them up because trust me, again, I do believe that we're going to see some revisions of things that have happened this season. Torpedoes are also up, the Dahaka. I highly, highly recommend these. If you did watch my big build video, these are the torpedoes that I'm using on my brig. They pierce through targets, but they do have to arm. So when you're using your torpedoes, you'll see that red section of your torpedo range, and then you'll see the white section. They only pierce through ships from the white section and beyond. Anything within the red, if you happen to hit a friendly ship, for example, it will destroy the torpedoes and you won't get that piercing effect. I say that because I use this when I'm in groups so I don't have to worry about hitting ships, but again, that only works if they are in the white section of the torpedo targeting range, not within the red. The other torpedo air is just as good, it's a little quirky though. These are the Endless Requiem. These are torpedoes that will home in or track a target that you shoot at. Now, it is light tracking, so you do have to aim it at least in the general direction of the target for it to be able to lock on, but it will head in their general direction. These are not like the tier 2 Chorus Fleet torpedoes that you see, the ones that will straight up 90-degree turn to try to attack you. Hell, I've seen some of them 180-degree turn to attack you. Yeah, these aren't those. These are okay, but they are nowhere near that. Still fun. Pick them up if that sounds interesting to you. And finally, to wrap up the poison set, here's the LaFlow Mortar. Again, good for just passing out the toxic effects, and of course, very good with the Plague Bringer's Ward to give it a little bit more damage and to decrease that reload time. You're seeing 18 seconds right now because of the ship that I am in. Pay no attention to those numbers. Oh no, that's the right number. It is 18 seconds. Okay, no. I was like, there's a chance that it's only at 18 seconds because of the ship I'm in, but pay no attention to that. 18 seconds is what you get. Pick yourself up a LaFlow if you are interested. Brig, battle junk, and Garuda. You are lucky. The Garuda did make it until the end of the season. I was curious if it was going to hang out for 2 weeks instead of one. There it is. The brig, the ship I just mentioned and I just did a build on. So if you think you like what you saw in that video, here's your chance to pick that up. And the Battle Junk, a ship that I've mentioned as being a good tank ship. That's exactly this thing's role, says it right there. But it also is good at taunting ships, so you will draw quite a bit of attention to yourself while you're in this ship. Perfect time for you to test out some of the things I mentioned up here, like the the Company Spirit's Locker and the Wailing Ward. But that's it for the season. These things are down here also. They've been here all season long. If again I was a betting man, I'd say that they're going to go away. All of this should be fresh next Tuesday, which, while we are on the topic, let's go ahead and pull up our calendar here. We are in the last 6 days of the season. As you just saw right there, we still have the honorless event that will get you the bloody doubloons that you can spin inside of Yanita's helm store right there in the back of St. Anne. Again, this is going to be going away next week, so grab every single thing you can in there. More than likely, you want to grab those chests that will get you upgrade parts and the Ascension materials. But we also have the Glory Adorned event. Now, fun fact, I totally missed out on this last week. This is the set that you're getting for the Glory Adorned right now. I already have it, but you're getting the sails, the sail color, and the hull color. And if you think you want the Lone Samurai, this is actually the last portion of it. You do have to go to the shop and buy this. We were hoping they got out of this dumbass habit going into year 2, but unfortunately this is still here. But this is the set that you are unlocking for that. Alright, again, sorry about that. I didn't point it out last week during the video. So that is the honorless event. The last thing here, the Risen sea monsters are out. That means the undead Listari and the undead Zamaharibu. This is how you get some of the create some of the equipment. This is how you get those primordial scales. All right, you can create them inside of the refinery, but this is how you just get them to drop. And also, if you do this, you get a couple of cosmetics. But I do recommend doing this event, especially doing it as much as you can in tier 1 if you're new to the game. I don't know what materials we're going to need to upgrade our ship next week. For all we know, you may need some stupid, tainted scales from these sea monsters. So do yourself a solid and get a little bit of everything out there into your stores. That way you're not caught off guard by anything crazy. Saturday, we will be streaming live here on the channel as we do every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific. There is a double cup for bar event going on this weekend. This is a perfect time for you to join in on the stream. We not only just streams for your, enjoyment. Don't get me wrong. I do want you to hang out and watch if you just can't jump into the game. But yeah, we want you to come into the world of Skull and Bones. Come into our server and sail around with us. That's why we do the Great Pirate Alliance stream every Saturday. It's a chance to all of us to, link up and help each other out. If you think you like what you see there, then of course there's a link to our Discord. We'd love to have you. Again, we get together every Saturday, but members of the community actually get together quite a bit more often. So it's a good place to link up if you are looking to play this game a little bit more with like-minded captains. But the best news that I have is Tuesday. When we go into our next season, we will be live. Now, as far as I know, our update happens in the middle of the night, so it's like 1 o'clock in the morning or some shit like that, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, I forget our time for Pacific. But by the time you all wake up out here in the States, the entire season will be live, and so will I. I'm going to try to be going live at 7 a.m., maybe 8 a.m. Pacific. So if you are out here on the West Coast, you will be seeing us then. If you're out on the East, we'll be getting it in a little bit later. I think you're 3 hours different, so maybe about 10 or 11. But it will be a chunky stream. I plan on being at it for most of, if not all of the morning. and we will be in tier 1. So any new captains, if you're new to the game, if you just picked it up and you're a little, concerned about, how the season's going to start for you, hey, jump over into the channel, find out where we are, send a friend request to me. I am Cassius Bucks on PlayStation. On Ubisoft Connect, I am Captain_Cassius. So if you are on PC or Xbox, look me up on Ubisoft Connect, and that will give you a chance to send me your friend request. I just accept all of them, so that we can sail together. That's the easiest way for you to link up with us this Saturday, and more specifically on Tuesday, if you think you are ready for that Season 2 smoke, because I know that I am. But that's going to do it, Captains. We have made it through our first season of the year. It wasn't perfect, but I have to say that with everything that has been going on, the developers are listening. Things happen slowly in live service games. You should be, very well aware of that if this is, the type of environment that you hang out in. But I gotta say, things are changing and shaping up way, way faster and in a far more positive light than I would have expected. So shout out to the developers. Shout out to all of you captains for staying with it, because sometimes, you step away and have to get, wash your hands of the situation. But I definitely appreciate you, that those of you that come back, or those of you that just weather the storm, like myself and those in the Moonshine Armada. Check into the comments or into the descriptions if you feel like you want to join us. There'll be a link to the Discord there. Otherwise, I have been Captain Cash the Stampede, and we, of course, will see you next time out in the seas. Take it easy, Captain.